I didn't forget to make sure my interface was still plugged in this time. I'm just making sure that my tweet gets sent. Ooh, Desto, we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about my takes on the most recent JJK chapter. That is going to happen. I'm just going to say live now. Alright, who do we have with us right now? Because I see a decent amount of absolute ballers in the chat right now. PB and Johnny, how you doing? Tropes, Unaversed, Chisatori, Avatar Desto, Zizu. Ah, thank you, Chisatori. It did go well. I see, up earlier today, I saw this happen live, actually. I opened up my, my stream notification just to see if anyone was in chat or if anyone liked the stream. Yeah, I do that for some reason. Sometimes I check in throughout the day. And I saw that Yoru and Lloyd Rowe had one of the most based interactions that I've ever seen, which was Yoru said, "Konbanwa, Jake Jones. It's good evening to me." And then Lloyd Rowe responded, "Yoru, are you actually Secret Doves?" Which is like we've been talking about that or speculating for the past few weeks now. And Yoru was like, "No, but I love this conspiracy." For the longest time, I was certain that Yoru is Secret Doves, and it's hilarious to me that Yoru isn't. Yeah, early gang came like crazy early today. I was setting up some stuff on Streamlabs. Just because I found, I'm learning the technology better, so I was fixing some of my layouts, and while I was there, I just saw that quite a few people were already waiting. They were ready. Let's see. Let me turn down the fucking Nintendo music. 32 is okay, I think. Maybe a little less, actually. 34. Let's see. Turn it up a little bit for me. Alrighty, there is... I wanted to say there's a lot to talk about today, but actually, if I'm being real with you, I have talked about the same chapter of Chainsaw Man 4 times in content form within the past 2 weeks. There was the pre-release stream 2 weeks ago. There was the chapter review video, and I have done 2 podcasts about this one chapter over the past 2 weeks. If you haven't seen it yet, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people in chat here have, I should have actually shared it on my YouTube channel, but I now do a podcast called the Public Safety Special Broadcast. I do it with Secret Doves. I do it with Manga Crash as well. Secret Doves is the host. Speaking of Secret Doves earlier, yesterday we did it with Tracking Shots as well. Actually, the episode came out today, 11 hours ago. But it was me, Secret Doves, Manga Crash, and Tracking Shots, and I had a whale of a time. That was actually my first time meeting Sam from Tracking Shots, and he is a straight baller. He has a really cool channel too. Actually, I have it right here. Yeah, you guys can see everyone I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to a lot of people. A lot of it is just back in the day, like 3 years ago when I made my YouTube channel. I didn't know that sub for sub was fucking stupid. So I did that a little bit on this channel. Obviously, if you're, like, obviously now, a lot of people that do anything, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter, follow for follow or sub for sub is a very dumb thing. But yeah, Tracking Shots is a really cool channel. I just wanted to show you guys real quick. I'm not going to XQC his channel and just pull up a full video to watch, because, I mean, maybe I would, but, like, actually commenting. But he has some really cool videos. It's not just about anime, either. Lots of cool stuff. And I don't know. I highly recommend checking him out. He has some pretty popular videos, too. But he's also just a nice guy. He's a really cool guy. So, I give him a huge endorsement. But, like I said, I've talked about this new chapter quite a lot now. So I am excited for a new chapter finally. After however ridiculously long it's been, 2 weeks. It always feels like Chainsaw Man discussion dies when we have the 2-week breaks. But thankfully, because of the podcast with Doves, the conversation has stayed alive. Doves is also fantastic about keeping up with discussion in general. Also, I don't know if I said hi to FN Doomer yet, or Lataro Assis, or Double B Bastard. I actually, speaking of what's gonna happen tomorrow, we did in the most recent episode of Public Safety Special Broadcast, we all gave predictions as to how the new chapter is gonna start. And it started with a string of, I think Sam started, he said the first page is gonna be, it's gonna start on a panel of a building. And then, Crash was like, it's gonna start on a building, and then we're gonna go inside the building, and Asa is gonna be there. And then I said, I just wanted to throw something, like, stupid in there. So I said, it's gonna start with a building, and then it's gonna pan up to the top, and there's gonna be a panel of a character with a 1800s Mosin Nagant, like, sniper rifle, bolt action. It's gonna be Kobeni. She's gonna flick a cigarette. She's gonna take a shot. It's, I just thought it was a dumb idea. Yeah, as for what's gonna happen tomorrow, it's just, oh, dude, it's so hard to even say anything. Yeah, like American Sniper style. What's up, Game Monger? How are you doing, dude? Yeah, I like, we gave some predictions. Actually, I had one prediction that if I get it right, I don't think, most of my predictions are never right. The only time I've ever had a prediction was when I predicted that Asa and Denji were gonna eat the starfish in the aquarium. And that is the biggest dick I've ever felt in my entire history of reading manga, was getting something right that was so obscure and stupid. But I thought, and I talked about this in my last chapter review as well, I was talking about how there might be different factions within the hybrids, the weapon hybrids. Like, because a lot of people say that they can't imagine Reize, Quan Chi, or Samurai Sword supporting the Church of Chainsaw Man. But I could see them supporting Denji. Even Samurai Sword, I could see it being like an enemies to friends kind of thing. But I think it would be really cool if Barem starts his like terrorist plot or something, and then maybe like Reize or Quan Chi or Samurai Sword come to stop it. Because they're supporters of Red Chainsaw Man rather than the church, who probably supports Black Chainsaw Man. Which, they have to bring that back. Fujimoto has to bring that back into the story somehow. After the, when he first brought up Black Chainsaw Man as a thing, it just feels like criminal if he doesn't bring it up more. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that. That's actually, most of my discussion around this new chapter has been centered around that right now. I don't know. So Jisatori, we don't know where Reize went. Because before the Church of Chainsaw Man showed that they had all of these weapon hybrids still alive, we couldn't even tell. We couldn't even confirm if any of them were alive. They could have all been dead. But now we know. It absolutely is easy. I agree. Predicting Fujimoto is a fool's errand. I 100% agree. That's why I think it's fun. And that's why I love the Future Devil predictions, because there's no way any of us will ever get it right. I agree. More Whip Hybrid screen time. Whip Hybrid was the star of the last episode. Actually, Family Burger was. Then Whip Hybrid is secondary. Barham's theme song should be YMCA on a minor key. Oh, Desto, that is hard as fuck. We need a recreation of the church scene from Kingsman with Kobeni saving her brother from the Chainsaw Man church. I am down with that. Fake Sawman's gonna reappear instead of Denji? Maybe, I could see that. They need to bring Fake Sawman back into the fold somehow. Do you think it's gonna be an Asa-centered chapter or Denji, or both? Lately, it's been a lot of Denji. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Denji again. But I feel like where they left off with him would be kind of a good place to switch back to Asa for a bit. Just so we didn't end the chapter with Denji. We ended the chapter with the hybrids. So, I could see it being an Asa chapter, a hybrid chapter, or a Nayuta chapter, or a Yoshida chapter. Fuck it, it could be a fucking Fumiko not Yoshida, Fumiko Mifune chapter. Why not? We're gonna see Reize tomorrow. If we see Reize tomorrow, I will do the entire video with my Reize body pillow. I will do that. And I will accept the Coomer allegations again. We do need a reminder of the Justice Devil. Every day, Secret Doves, he updates his Twitter banner or Twitter account to say it's been so and so amount of days since we last saw Yodo in the manga. Promise? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I've taken the heat before. Who knows? Maybe people will think it's based. I don't know. Yes. I vow, here and now, Scout's honor, that if Reze reappears in tomorrow's chapter of Chainsaw Man, I will do the entire chapter review with my body pillow, my Reze body pillow. I will accept the cringe. Oh, Jason Accord. Dude, I did, I did email you. I think I fucked up your name, didn't I? Jason E. Accord? Jason C. Cord? Jason C. Cord. I'm fucking dumb. I'm sorry, brother. I did email you back, on my, business email. I don't know if you saw that. Let me check if it's sent. If not, I could give you just a quick, easy lowdown on it. Let me check real quick though. I did send it to you. Essentially, yes. Absolutely, please. I feel free. I don't necessarily feel proud of that video. But I gave you some reasonings and everything like that, but please, if it helps you out, use it to your advantage, please. We do need more Fami. I completely agree with that. I am in a mood to see Fami again. Actually, you know what? There was a discussion. Oh, Jason, you are not bothering me. Thank you for showing up, brother. I appreciate it. You're not bothering me at all. You have not. I'm so sorry it took me so long to get back to you. After the podcast discussion that I had with Doves, Sam, and Crash, there's one thing that I was thinking about when it came to Fami, because there's a lot of discussion centered around Barem, and especially like a lot of memes centered around how, to me, he seems like a kind of fun guy. I kind of like him. He's like the kind of guy you'd want to take to a bar or something. I don't know. He's shown a lot of personality within the 2 chapters he's been reintroduced. But Doves brought up a decent point that Barem does kind of come off as a bad guy. I kind of defended him for a while, but at the same time, he is doing a literal terrorist plot right now. It's hard to defend him. He's leadership at a sex cult, and he's planning a terrorist plot right now. So he can't be that great. I think he has a good personality, but he's a bad guy. But we brought up these memes and stuff like that about, like, would you go out to get lunch with Barem or something? Because he just seems like a good bloke. But I was thinking about that even more. Because if Barem is so bad, does that mean Fami is worse? Because Fami is the spearhead of this organization. She's the brain of the organization. So, like, if she's telling him to do these things, which we don't know if she is or if she isn't. Also, she did unleash the falling devil. You know what? Not many people ever, like, talk about this. Because as much as I like Fami, like, we always talk about, is Fami a good guy or a bad guy? She unleashed the falling devil who killed thousands all over the world. She's terrible. I think she's probably my favorite character in part 2, but, like, I mean, just like I love Reze, but Reze killed a shit ton of innocent people. I can fix her. But it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, when you think about the alignment, and also, once again, kind of like how Zizu mentioned earlier, making predictions in Chainsaw Man is like a fool's errand. Also, just trying to figure out the alignment of any character is also pretty much a fool's errand. Yeah, exactly. Avatar Desto said it. Nobody in Chainsaw Man is innocent. At least completely innocent. Denji isn't either. Denji was given the option to save an old man or a child. And Denji chose none of them. So, Denji's not necessarily a great guy himself. Yep. And absolutely, PB and Johnny says it right, too. Fami is a devil. Devils do devilish things. We've actually summoned Fami now. Why are you talking about me? Oh, it's okay, Fami. Fami, you will find your most loyal supporters here. Your most loyal supporters being me. Meowie's probably done messed up stuff. Yeah, Meowie's a war criminal, actually. Denji did choose the based option, yeah. Oh, shit. I just drank some of my polar seltzer. And I think I either cracked one of my teeth or like my crown fell out or something, but one of my back teeth just hurts like a bitch whenever I drink anything cold. And speaking of that, I'm gonna go to the dentist tomorrow morning, which does affect the release of my chapter review tomorrow. Now, what I could do is I could just put out a less edited reaction, like I said I was going to do for the past few chapters, but I still just did regular chapter reviews. What I could do is I could put out a less edited reaction, because I'm going to have less time to do it, just to get it out sooner. It also could be maybe a more fun style of doing it. I kind of do want to try some new things, yeah, so tomorrow might be a little different, who knows. Did you see the most recent interview with Fujimoto's editor? I did not. Stream from the dentist chair, absolute win. I wish I could. Thank you for the luck, I appreciate that. Make the dentist react too. I want to, right now, I think I've talked about this before, I want to get my dad in a video. I want my dad to react to something. I want to show him, like, Jujutsu Kaisen characters, and I want him to guess what their powers are. I have to get that ready, actually. I said I was going to film that with him at some point. There was a new interview? Sheesh. I gotta keep track of all that shit. Yeah. Also, another update. Right now, I am in the throes of my shojo arc. I am now a diehard shojo fan. It happened. It hit me. I originally tried reading Nana, but I like Nana, and I do need to continue with it. But the shojo manga that really captured my heart, it's in the thumbnail right now. It's called Kimi ni Toroke, or From Me to You is the English name. It's on the Viz app. If you have Viz, you can read it there. $2.99 a month for a huge manga catalog. Absolutely do it. Pull the trigger on that. But read Kimi ni Toroke, because it is so fucking good. I never realized how amazing like the world of shoujo manga actually is. With stuff like Nana, Kimi no Toroke, Aoharu Ride, and much more. I think Fruits Baskets is also a fucking shoujo, and everyone loves Fruits Basket. I haven't watched Fruits Baskets, to be fair, but I have not seen a single person that likes Fruits Basket, or a single person that's seen or read Fruits Baskets that has anything bad to say about it. If you ask anyone who has watched Fruits Baskets, they're gonna tell you that shit slaps. So I'm now talks to Doves a couple times, and now is just shoujo guy. That's essentially what happened, actually. I caught the bug. So I haven't watched Fruits Baskets yet. I'm gonna get onto that next after Kimi ni Toroke. I'm almost done. I started reading Kimi ni Toroke a few days ago. I'm almost done with it now. I've caught up with like 10 years of one manga in like 2 days. It's insane. Yeah, so I get it. But what's really funny, though, because shoujo manga, similarly to shonen manga, they have specific tropes in them. They both have their different quirks and whatnot. But there was an episode of Kaguya-sama, Love is War, where they were basically making fun of tropes in shoujo manga. And I love Kaguya. Kaguya is one of my favorite anime of all time. And I watched that episode again, because I did a Kaguya rewatch, like, over the summer. And I watched that episode again, and when I was reading all, like, shoujo manga, when I was starting to read shoujo, every time I'd notice a trope like that, I couldn't help but laugh because of that Kaguya episode. Because that episode is, like, so fucking on the nose with it. It's so funny. But yeah, I cannot believe that I have sealed my eyes and my brain and my heart off to an entire demographic of peak manga, of fucking Kino. I have, like, now that I've opened my heart to it, I want to fucking make an entire shoujo video. I'm thinking about making a video called Why All Grown Men Should Read Shoujo Manga. That's actually how moved I am. So, yeah. I have, that's why I put Kimi no Toroke in the thumbnail. Dapper Skull! Brother man, thank you so much! I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5, brother. Thank you. Shoujo episode of Kaguya is one of the best, only beaten by the rap episode. The rap episode is potentially one of my favorite episodes of like any anime. That shit was so good. Oh, the outro to the rap episode, the song where they had that legendary Japanese animator, who's like some 18-year-old kid. He did the animations all on his own, and the song was fucking sick. I listen to that shit all the time. My nonfiction is what it's called? Or no, it's my fiction. Wait, it's my nonfiction. Whatever, nonfiction. I don't remember what it's called, but it's fucking good. It's a good ass song. Shit, I'm still Dapper Skull. I'm still like kind of real about that. Thank you so much, brother. I very, very much appreciate that. Are there notifications for the donations not going off? Because I noticed that didn't go off on my screen. My alert box should be going off. What's up with this shit? Alright, well, I hope it appears at some point, just so he knows that he's the GOAT. Yeah, I love that episode so much. Yeah, so I'm a big shojo fan now. I'm a bit of, reads like 3 shojo manga. I'm a bit of a shojo guy myself. Yeah, so expect a shojo related video within the next, I don't know, few months. Who knows? I'm working on a new style of video that I hope you guys end up liking. Fujiwara F-bombs, yeah. The Fujiwara F-bombs remind me of Nayuta, like 10 chapters ago, literally saying "fuck you" in the Japanese version. Actually, let me I can show you. I'm pausing the music. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, I did an entire short. I included it in my actual video as well. My actual chapter review video for this chapter. But I did a short where I talk about Nayuta saying "fuck you." Did you know that Viz Manga actually censored today's chapter of Chainsaw
thanks for joining
Man,
the boys!
133
Dapper
between
Skull.
the Japanese release and the English release?
Thank you,
Check this
brother.
out. In the English version, Nayuta tells Denji to tell Yoshida to F off, but in the Japanese version, she literally tells Denji to say, "fuck you." She says, "Denji, koitsu ni sa, fuck you deite." I just think it's hilarious
that's
that
why
she
I
literally
always
says "fuck you," but I always read the manga in both Japanese and English before I make my chapter reviews. Fucking welcome to the club, Dapper Skull. I want to see if I can change the name of what the membership is called, because I just call it Da Boys because I couldn't think of anything else. I'm trying to think of like a funnier name though, like Giga Chads or something. I don't know. I'm gonna think of something. At first, because I wanted to like rename my YouTube channel to like Jonesy or Jonesy on Ice or something, just something fun and memey, not just my boring name. So I was gonna call members maybe Jonesies or something. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But thank you, dear Lord. Oftentimes I never know what to say because it's so kind. Thank you. Okay, I have shit to show you guys. I've been kind of I've just been talking out my ass for the past 25 minutes. So I want to show you guys some stuff. You have a cool idea, G Satori. What's the idea? All right. Someone on Chainsaw Folk just said, this guy scares me. He acts like a child, then he threatens Denji in a very serious way and talks about killing Asa after putting this crazy face. Then he plans on doing a terrorist attack in an attempt of making Denji transform again, and he excuses his actions by saying that it's his nature and that God will forgive him. This guy is completely crazy, but somehow it feels like he always has a plan, and that's why, and that he's way more intelligent than he shows. Apart, he's the flamethrower hybrid, so I'm sure his fights will be epic. Maybe we see a reference to Fire Punch. Obviously, okay, if he does commit a terrible terrorist attack, it will probably be very brutal, just burning people alive and shit. That's not a way to go. And you know, it's so funny, reading this now, I was Barham's biggest defender on the podcast today. We filmed it yesterday. Yesterday on the podcast when we filmed it, I was Barham's biggest defender, but now the more shit I see like this, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm wrong. I will say this, though, just so you guys know, especially when it comes to like my takes on the podcast today about Barham. Sometimes I just say shit. I just say shit. And when I was talking about Barham and thinking about the fact that he's literally planning a terrorist attack, after I, like, spent, like, 20 minutes defending him, I couldn't, like, backtrack on it because I was too far gone. But I remember at one point just thinking to myself, dog, I'm just saying shit right now. I'm just saying shit. That's how it is sometimes. I like that this really shows that letting these guys get away from Makima's control really was the bad choice. You know what? Doves brought up an interesting theory that he saw somewhere, that that Barham was never actually under Makima's control, and that he was like the only weapon hybrid that just went along with it because he was fucking bored or something, or because he's actually just a sick fuck on the inside. Well, the thing is, if Barham is similar to Denji, because Denji can't be killed. Like, every time Denji's killed, he comes back to life. So can Barham be killed by Denji? That's something that we have to consider. But speaking of this, actually, I have something kind of... There was another one. Oh, shit. Whoops. There was another one. It's not that. This guy scares me. Which one is it? Not that. Not that. Not that. Don't look at any of this yet. Okay. Yeah. In this comment, they said, this guy scares me. And he mentioned God. How God intends for humans, devils, and weapons. They're all meant to kill people, is what he said. This is a theory that came up after that I thought was incredibly interesting. And it's an analysis of Fujimoto mentioning the word God, a word he is careful of avoiding in an interview. Something very important happened in this chapter. Fujimoto-sensei dropped the word God, Kami-sama, a word he explicitly stated that he avoided when using when writing Chainsaw Man thus far. This could signify an important hidden meaning with the story. In 2001, the Chainsaw Man manga, or 2021, Jesus Christ, the Chainsaw Man manga won an award. Kono manga sugoi. It's this manga is awesome. Award, which led to an interview published with Fujimoto-sensei. Here he stated an interesting tidbit. In Chainsaw Man, there are many things that are not mentioned. For example, the word God has never been used thus far in the manga, but certain things or concepts I intentionally left out. It is definitely noteworthy that Fujimoto-sensei purposefully stated that he avoids mentioning and using the word God in the manga. However, we can conclude God does in fact exist after all. After all, there are shrines and churches, mentions of heaven, and even the kanji God appearing in the list of deaths during the Gun Devil arc, Kamizaki. The existence of the angel devil and his retort to Aki, I'm a devil before an angel, does signify that the idea of God is present. In chapter 141, finally the word God, Kami-sama, is dropped as a final line of the chapter nonetheless. Kami-sama wa yurushite kureru sa. And that's why God will forgive us. Also, how's my fucking kanji reading, boys? In the Japanese version, this line is the last line of the chapter. So where is God? Who is God? There are many things we can theorize. I have a long analysis that I'll publish regarding this tomorrow. Sadly, I'm out right now and cannot finish it, so I hope you will stick around if interested. In the end, it might be a coincidence that Pochita is a dog. After all, dog backwards does spell God. See you soon. Once again, almost zero Chainsaw Man theories ever come true. That's just a true fact. That's a fact. A lot of them are just bullshit. But some of them are actually great analyses. And even though they could seem like stretches, like I'm certain this comes off as a bit of a stretch to a lot of people, but it contains a lot of great analysis, I would say. And having this being the first chapter that Fujimoto uses the word God out of all of Chainsaw Man, because I can't remember any other place where he uses it, so I think this guy's right. I think that's pretty nuts. That is something to be mentioned and to take note of. I'm gonna actually quickly see if he did end up updating with another analysis. I just don't want to. No, he didn't. He did not. All right. Yep. I just wanted to check, just in case he actually put up his other analysis. But we're good. Meowie's the Death Devil. Wouldn't it be actually... It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for Naruto to just end up being the Death Devil. I would not be surprised. Cats have 9 lives for a reason. Okay. Shall we continue this party? I just thought that theory was super cool. This is right here another pretty cool... I haven't read it yet, but just a discussion about the meta narrative of part 2 and how the meta narrative of part 2 goes crazy. Universe just brought up a crackhead theory, which I love crackhead theories. My own crackhead theory I just came up with is the common theme of God is dead in a series. Maybe the God needs to be reincarnated, which is what the Nostradamus theory to prevent Judgment Day is Fami's goal. Hey, it's a pretty cool theory. I once it, like kind of like what Zizu said, I can say nothing of any theories because it's like shooting fucking... I was gonna say shooting fish in the barrel, but that's like an opposite. That's like the opposite of the analogy I'm trying to make. It's the opposite of shooting fish in a barrel. It's a very difficult thing to do. My biggest crackpot theory is that Asa either is or related to the Death Devil. Well, technically Asa is the Death Devil's sister, right? Most Chainsaw Man theories are usually on the same wavelength of what Fujimoto does, but usually make too much sense for Fujimoto to do. that is certainly true. As people say in Japan, Tashkani. Tashkani. It's a very butchered pronunciation. Tashkani. So the meta-narrative of part 2 goes crazy. This is Denji looking at a Chainsaw Man poster. Denji's looking at the poster of himself in part 1. Really stood out to me as the readers... Part 1? What do you mean? Part 2? I thought this was part 2. Denji looking at the poster of himself in part 1 really stood out to me. As readers are happy that Denji gets to live a peaceful, normal life with Naita, we also miss the crazy antics of part 1, which parallels how Denji feels. It's almost like Fujimoto's dangling part 1 in front of us and asking, is this what you want? I really do think part 2 has a huge meta-narrative about the popularity of part 1 and its commercialization, and Denji's struggle with being Chainsaw Man is another part of it. I wouldn't be surprised, and this is one of those things where it's fun to speculate. Obviously, there's no... true meaning behind it, but it is fun to, or there's no true evidence to back it up, but it is fun to speculate on things like this with like is Chainsaw Man like an offshoot of like, or like a projection of Tatsuki Fujimoto's feelings towards his own series. I don't know, I just thought this was an interesting post, but it did remind me in the most recent chapter, at the beginning of it, Denji's shopping at a supermarket, and at one point he sees these Chainsaw Man buns, and they were 50% off. And I was thinking, is it because Chainsaw Man's falling out of popularity due to Asamitaka? But then I was like, it couldn't be, because there's an entire church dedicated to him. His building his likeness is plastered everywhere. But I was wondering if there was a meaning behind all of the Chainsaw Man buns being 50% off. I just thought that was interesting. Do you think Fujimoto knows how Chainsaw Man will end? Didn't he say he knows? Or I don't know. I actually don't know. I thought he said that he at least knew a lot of what was going to happen ahead of time. You've seen a theory that Asa's the Death Devil. She would be a great actress if she were. But I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting. War and death do technically come together quite a lot. I think it's the bad reputation from the church that's making it cheaper. That's also a great point. It could be that the church is unfortunately bringing the Chainsaw Man stocks down. Let's see. Oh, I brought this up. Just a cute fan art. I'm starting to miss Fail Girl and Cringe Boy. I brought this up solely because I'm in my shojo manga arc. So I wanted you guys to be part of the fun too by looking at this absolutely wholesome, sickeningly sweet shoujo fan art of Chainsaw Man. Oh, another cool thing. Got bored, attempted to see what the guns were on the Gun Devil. I thought maybe they'd be cool to look at. Possibly an M24 or M40. I also, the only guns I know about are guns that are in Hunt Showdown, so I couldn't necessarily, like, validate any of these. I think, I mean, obviously I know what an M4 is because of Call of Duty, so M4, I guess AK-47 maybe. But also, like, one of the other reasons that I brought this up, because it would be weird if this is an AK-47, actually, because someone brought up a fantastic point, when it came to the Gun Devil and the Gun Devil's appearance, because it was, what's his name? Bill Clinton, who summoned the Gun Devil and had a majority of the pieces of the Gun Devil's flesh. Because Bill Clinton summoned the Gun Devil to attack Japan and Makima, someone mentioned that all the guns that are shown on the Gun Devil and are shown combined with Aki are all American weapons. I don't think the AK-47 or I don't think the AK-47 is an American weapon. But I know most of these probably are. I mean, most weapons are American weapons. But that's why I wanted to bring this up and mention that, because there is a cool theory. I don't know if it's ever, like, confirmed or validated, but I saw it in a video once. I think it was a video explaining, like, the tragedy of Aki Hayakawa or something like that. And I just thought it was an interesting note he made, that all of the weapons on the Gun Devil were American weapons because majority shareholder of the Gun Devil was America. By sacrificing the animators to the Gun Devil or CGI, goddamn. Yeah, that's how they're gonna animate it. Oh, what was the cat observation, G Satori? Let me go up and see if I can find it. Oh, that Meowie is the Death Devil? That no, never mind. Cats are always around when people are dying in Chainsaw Man, but Bat Devil, Asa's mom, the people Denji didn't rescue in part 2 against the Roach. Any thoughts? Now it could just be like haha funny that like Denji and Asa love cats, and their love of cats leads to people's deaths, but or leads to making irrational decisions like confronting the Bat Devil. I couldn't say anything for sure for myself, just because I don't know. That is an interesting theory, that, or not theory, but just observation that you've brought up. That, yeah, there are a lot of cats around when people are fucking dying. So, who knows? I will keep that in mind. That's an interesting thing you brought up there. Oh, this is a cool theory. I know I scrolled by it earlier, but someone says, I think Yoru created the weapon hybrids. We're humans, right? We're also weapons, and devils too. And then Yoru says, I want to turn as many humans into weapons as I can to go to war with Chainsaw Man. This is a shot-in-the-dark prediction, but I think the War Devil has a connection to the origin of the weapon hybrids. Maybe I'm overinterpreting the last panels from Chapter 141, but when Barham acknowledged themselves as weapons, I initially thought that Yoru's ability is to create weapons. Or I initially thought of Yoru's ability to create weapons. Compared to the Control and Famine Devils, I feel like all of War's powers haven't been revealed, since she's currently at a weaker state. With that thought, I questioned why War was eaten earlier by Chainsaw Man out of all the Horsemen. Was she able to create more weapon hybrids, and so or was she able to create more weapon hybrids and so became the first target? It would be cool if there's a connection and to learn more about the weapon devils when we barely know anything about their pasts. Now, I can't, once again, like he said, this is just a shot in the dark crackpot theory, but it would be a cool idea as to how to bring Black Chainsaw Man, the War Devil, and the weapon hybrids together. I do believe Makima mentioned in part 1 that all the weapon hybrids are hybrids of weapons that Denji has fought, or Chainsaw Man has erased from existence, or something, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering that. I have to reread part 1 again. My memory's terrible. I've read Chainsaw Man part 1 like 15 times. That's not even a joke. And I still feel like I have to do a reread. I think I promised you guys a reread as well on stream. I read someone say Yoru created Chainsaw Man. Maybe? It'd be wild if he saved death for a hypothetical part 3. I have always wondered, I've always thought about if there is going to be another part. I have a feeling that part 2 is going to be the last part. Just because when I think about, because before Chainsaw Man Part 2 was announced, I had wondered if there was going to be a Part 2 because of the fact that Tatsuki Fujimoto stated that one of his biggest influences was Sui Ishida, who wrote a time skip Part 2 to Tokyo Ghoul Rei. And so he essentially did, Fujimoto did essentially the same thing with Chainsaw Man. But, who knows? Maybe he could do a part 3 if he wanted. Maybe he's not following in his ye old idol's footsteps, but just a thought. Let's see, what else do I got? Oh, I had some fucking Jujutsu Kaisen memes. Actually, okay, this one is a crossover. It is not an anime spoiler for Jujutsu Kaisen. It is a crossover Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen meme that I thought was really fucking funny. Which is Miwa's type in JJK, where Mechamaru asks, "What's your type?" and she says, "You know what Aki from Chainsaw Man looks like?" in reference to the fact that Mechamaru's real body kind of looks like Aki from Chainsaw Man. I thought that was just a really fucking good meme. I think someone in the comments literally just fucking spoils what happens to Aki though. Yeah, so she likes them 6 feet under is what she said. Or as someone said, which is fucking absolute. Why? Like, I don't get why people spoil other manga, like in the comments of other people's shit. You know. But she just seems different from the rest of the hybrids. Maybe he was the original and she's been trying to create a copy, and that's why we got the weapon hybrids. I was just under the impression that that just from what Makima had said, I could be wrong. I was under the impression that Pochita made the other hybrids on accident or something. If there's a part 3, I don't want it to have a set setting, no government, no school, just straight up characters and their ideals without puppeteers. That'd be cool. Yeah, I think a more character driven, even though part 2 is incredibly character driven, but less environment driven. Even though I feel like part 2 started out in school, but school hasn't really been a big part of part 2 so far, except for the beginning. Honestly, kind of don't want there to be a part 3. I would love to see what else Fujimoto's brewing up in the kitchen of his brain. I do think about, as much as I love Chainsaw Man, I would love to see Fujimoto, and I've talked about before about how I want to see him do like a ye old Chainsaw Man, but I would love to see a like just a straight up different manga, a different type of serialized manga series from Fujimoto. It doesn't have to be action. It doesn't have to be like anything. I always thought that he would make a fantastic romantic comedy or something. So I'd love to see that from him. I would like to see like a non-Chainsaw Man serialized manga from him. I know so much about what happens in Naruto because people keep talking about it in the middle of discussing other manga. I feel you so hard with that. Yeah, there's a lot of world building in part 2. I agree, Sky. Also, how are you doing, Sky? I feel like we haven't talked in a while. A manga like Dorohedoro would be fucking sick as well. I would like to see that. Yeah, I don't know how you could top the Apocalypse either. I do agree, Kobenist, that part 2 does feel like it should be the last part. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think, yeah, making something that he wants would be fantastic. Because mangaka, they're a fickle being. They spend so much time and energy writing one series, and that's what people want from them. When sometimes they just want to do something else. That's why I think it was amazing that Tatsuki Fujimoto took a decent amount of time between part 1 and part 2. Because Sui Ishida only took a few weeks between Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Rei. I like that Fujimoto took his time, wrote what he wanted to write, and then came back to his big series that got him famous. Yeah, I don't know. So I think that was probably very healthy for him. Sky, I haven't been using like any of the Twitter groups recently. I haven't been on Twitter very often, so I haven't seen any of the group chats. Oh, is this the fucking Rainbow Road song that's coming on right now? Wait, let me turn this shit up. Have you guys seen the It Is a Road? It's called the Rainbow Road. I love that fucking song. Jake, if there was a Chainsaw Man movie that doesn't cover the manga, what antagonist would you like to see? I would like to see... Like, if I could think of, like, a devil. I thought like, any... Like, maybe, like, a reincarnation of the Shark Devil. Because, I know Beam was the Shark hybrid, but you have to imagine that the Shark Devil would probably be pretty powerful. Just because, you know, humanity has feared sharks for so long. Or the Ocean Devil in general. Because humanity, that could even be a primal fear. Because humans have feared the ocean for as long as humans have existed. I still want Fujimoto's insane femme fatale focused manga that he definitely seems like he wants to write. Like his one-shot Shikaku. I would like a femme fatale manga as well from him. Shikaku was pretty cute. The was it a vampire one? Yeah, vampires versus assassins love story or something. Yeah, the ocean as a primal would be fire. I always thought that heights would be a primal fear, but I guess falling kind of covers the heights devil. I thought like an airplane devil would actually probably be like pretty powerful, or like a plane crash devil. A lot of people have been predicting that Nayuta will die because of 141, but I don't think it's, or I think it's more likely that the two of them will get separated for an extended period of time. I can see that. I don't see Nayuta as death bait. I don't see her as dying. I know, like Chainsaw Man and Painsaw Man, like they're synonymous, but I don't see Nayuta dying at all. Humans evolved inland, so probably not much contact with the ocean early on. And I guess most of the first civilizations, like Uruk in Mesopotamia, most of human or early human civilizations were pretty inland, off of big freshwater sources. I was just reading about that shit today. It's good that you brought that up. I appreciate that. Maybe it's just me, but if Fujimoto does end up making part 3, I feel like he'd only be doing it to pay the bills. There'd be no passion put into it. That would only lead to the manga's downfall. I think a lot of people thought of part 2 like that as well, but it seems like he does put a lot of passion into part 2. I feel like because he knew that he was going to write part 2 halfway through writing part 1. I think it was in the Reize arc that he realized he wanted to do a part 2. I don't know, if he wanted to do a part 3, I don't think he would do a part 3 for the money. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. So if he did a part 3, I feel like he'd do it because he wants to do it. Alright, after this, I have essentially all fucking Jujutsu Kaisen discussion. It's only a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen discussion, so I thought maybe I'll do the Future Devil prediction now. Because I know people tend to not want to be spoiled for anything Jujutsu Kaisen related, which I completely understand, because it feels like the manga has just finally gotten, like, Kino fucking good again. You feel me? Okay. We did start a new chat with the Future Devil last time. So this is exciting that we get to see what some more of his out-of-pocket predictions are going to be. So let me just get this prepped. Hello? Do you not want to fucking copy, brother? There we go. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Oh, great and powerful Future Devil. What is going to happen in Chainsaw Man Chapter 142? Yeah, Mirai Psycho. I forgot to say Mirai Psycho again. Its cheeks puff up with anticipation, eyes shining. The future devil speaks. Denji and friends are going to meet Denji and friends are going to meet a new character, a character that'll shake up their whole world. This character will introduce a concept into their world that they've never heard of before. And this concept won't be evil, it'll be something good. And Denji's life will never be the same again because of this character. We're most definitely not getting a new character tomorrow. If we get a new character that introduces a new mechanic into the universe of Chainsaw Man, sure, I'll get a new pair of Crocs and eat them. By the way, if I ever do the Crocs eating, I will not use the pair of Crocs I wear every day because those shits are filthy now. I would actually die. I would get fucking cholera and die. I'm pretty sure I've stepped in dog shit in them before, so that's not happening. You're telling me Jesus welcomes Denji with open arms? And Denji converts? That would be funny, yeah. Fucking, like, Chainsaw Man brings Christ into the picture. Denji, do you have time to talk about your Lord and Savior Christ? Or our Lord and Savior? Yeah, I agree, Zizu. I think this is probably one of the best predictions in a while. Jisatori, I got a text from one of my close friends with a picture of the Shrek Crocs. I'm pretty sure she found some in the wild. Or not, no, it was from Amazon. But yeah, I have heard of them because it's on my phone right here. My friend sent that to me. So I am looking into that. I will say I went to the gym yesterday with some friends, and one of my homies was wearing the cleanest fucking Lightning McQueen Crocs in existence. Those shits were fire. And I was very envious. I was like, brother, do you mind if I steal your drip? Like, if I bought these Crocs, would you be upset? And he said, no. I got the seal of approval from him that I can get the same Crocs as him. Ka-chow. Lightning McFeets. All right. I am going to talk about... Okay, what do you guys want first? Should I talk about... Here, maybe I can do a poll or something. Maybe we don't even need a poll. I haven't done a poll in a while, though. Let's do a poll. All right. Should I talk about One Piece or Jujutsu Kaisen next? Because I know not everyone has read either. So I want to make sure you guys have the vote. Whichever you'd rather me talk about next. It's up to you. I'm going to start the poll. Do we talk about Jujutsu Kaisen next, the new chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, or do we talk about One Piece? And if we talk about One Piece, just so you know, that would be me talking about the 2 volumes that I've read before. It probably won't be a long discussion. It's just I'm going to talk about both, but I'm just choosing which one we want to talk about now. All right, it looks like overwhelming majority want JJK next, so I think I'm going to end the poll. Thank you guys for voting if you did. And it looks like we're going to talk about JJK next, and then I'll finish this off with a little bit of One Piece. Let me just get the music going again. Yeah. Yeah, we're back. We're so fucking back. All right. People were either GOJOVER or Barack with the new chapter. Yep, that is essentially how it went. Yeah, I agree. JJK is only one chapter to discuss as well. I really fucking liked the new chapter. I think this fight has had a lot of ups and downs and backs and forths. I was set on if this fight ends with Gojo losing or dying, I would not like it. Not because I like Gojo, but because I think it's stupid to bring him back just to kill him off within like 10 chapters. I'm happy you like the music. I put on just a Nintendo music playlist. And also I do agree with that, Marx's Kobennis. I sometimes I have to tell people when I'm doing my One Piece live streams not to spoil anything. Even like I do consider, unfortunately, like if you're very hype about something that's coming up and saying, oh, get ready for so and so character or so and so to happen, I do count that as a spoiler, and I do ask people to refrain from that. But I'll probably just talk about just gushing my feelings for One Piece. I did watch the first episode of the live action as well. I wanted to talk to you guys about that too. But the new chapter of JJK, I think it was 234. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with the result. And I love how the last panel shows who wins the fight. I want to refrain from saying it until I know that I'm not spoiling it for anyone. But all I'm worried about... Actually, I think I did just spoil it earlier. I mean, I talked about it fucking... it seems like Gojo has won the fight. At the end of the chapter, Yuji even said, Gojo won. That's the last panel. It's Sukuna the fraud being absolutely dumpstered in the corner. Yeah, Gojo wins. I'm very happy about that. The only thing we don't... Because the next chapter, who knows, maybe, like, who knows who's going to come in with a steel chair. And maybe it's like, oh, Gojo doesn't have enough energy to fight back, now he's dead. If that happens, I will drop the series. Actually, Scout's honor. If that happens, I will drop Jujutsu Kaisen. Because I think that's shitty writing. Yorozu's gift still exists. Oh, I forgot about that bullshit. Fuck off. Oh, goddamn, you're right. You are right. Shit, dude. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I will say, I don't know if you were bringing up, Sky, that, like, we barely get any fucking Yuji anymore in this manga. But, I love Yuji so much as a character. He's a fantastic protagonist. I have no clue why Gege Akutami doesn't want to put Yuji back into this fucking manga in a good capacity. As much as, because I love Yuji. He's just such a great character. Yeah, I did see that Kusakabe just said that Gojo regained energy after Black Flash. Does that mean he got his cursed energy back? I do think that's what he meant. I don't know how that works, how Black Flash recharged him, but it was certainly cool. Yeah, culling arc was a bit of a slog to get through. Let's see. I only pulled up a few things for JJK today. Oh, it's mostly memes. I loved in the new episode the koi. Nande? Koi. Ryokai. Come. Why? Come. Got it. Absolute Giga Chat interaction between these two characters. When I watched the new season, when I started watching, especially now that we're in Shibuya Incident arc, just the interactions between Nobara Kugisaki and Itadori Yuji are so precious to me. I love them so much as characters. And that is what recent Jujutsu Kaisen has lacked so much of, is these... like the character interactions that honestly, I think I've just had an epiphany just now. Why I've fallen out of love with Jujutsu Kaisen recently is the character interactions aren't there like they used to be. And I'm hoping they come back. The Gojo fight where Gojo was kind of bantering with Sukuna the entire time, I did like that a lot. I think that was pretty good JJK, peak JJK, if you will. I think what JJK is suffering from is the One Punch syndrome. In short, the main character is just put behind the curtains to the detriment of the series. Absolutely, yeah, I agree with that. I caught up with One Punch Man like half a year ago, but I haven't read any chapters since then. I wonder if I feel like I've probably shelved JJK for now. Not JJK, shelved One Punch Man for now. Hasn't he been hinting that she's alive? I see, Gege Akutami likes to fucking kill characters all the time, and I think maybe I personally feel like sometimes it seems like he kills characters just for like shock value, and I think that's not necessarily great writing. As I do love JJK, I wouldn't be surprised if Nobara's dead. I would not be surprised, dude. Oh, Desto, her covering her eye in the opening. When I first saw that, I was like, who fucking hurt you? Who is so evil that they thought, yo, I have a funny idea. Let's have Nobara covering her eye in the opening for all the manga readers to fucking Leonardo DiCaprio style. There it is. So, Kobenis, I do agree for the most part. And I do overall prefer Chainsaw Man to Jujutsu Kaisen, but watching the new season of Chainsaw, or a new season of JJK right now, and hitting that Shibuya incident arc again, that peak, that Kino, that JJK pack, I am feeling a little more into JJK right now, if I'm being honest. And I love Chainsaw Man, but I'm feeling a little more into it right now. I mean, I have to make videos about Chainsaw Man on the weekly, so Chainsaw Man sometimes kind of feels like a job. JJK, I'm watching it and having fun. Mappa is pretty evil, yeah. They don't like letting their animators see their families. That is true. I usually don't like death flakeouts. Oh wait, no, I can't read that. If it's a One Piece spoiler, I will not read it. I'm so sorry. Appreciate it. Also, please, everyone refrain from talking about One Piece in chat, because or like anything above where I'm at, because it can definitely spoil me if I see that, and I don't want any more spoilers on that shit. Okay. And then there's also fucking Mahoraga. And I very much agreed with the sentiment here. Mahoraga, you are an incredible being. You gave the best of you, and for that, I admire you. You went through many adaptations. You are so powerful that there was cause that your name would cause fear, and that would make you win. Hopefully, in the world of Shikigamis, you can have a better life, or that Maki has children in the future, and the new Ten Shadows user is born. Farewell, Divine General of the 8 Divergent Leaves of Sela. Demon Mahoraga. Never more had anyone carried out such a battle. I agree with that. Mahoraga is one of my favorite, like, cursed spirits / items / whatever. Mahoraga is like my favorite curse in JJK. From his first introduction, I thought he was like, he had the coolest design, the coolest introduction. Was it with this treasure with this gift I summon the treasured divine general of the 8 Divergent Leaves of Sela, the Sword Saint Mahoraga or whatever. Fucking hardcore introduction. I love that shit. Yeah, Gojo in one fell swoop bodied like a chimera 10 Shadows, Divine Sword Saint Mahoraga, and Sukuna, Ryomen Sukuna, the king of curses and poison. What a absolute goat. Like my hat goes off to Gojo. He literally is Satoru Gojo. That's why I don't want any bullshit. I don't want fucking Kenjaku to come in with a steel chair and kill Gojo somehow, because it's just like, dude, just let him have this W. Like, even from the beginning, this is what JJK has led up to. In the first chapter, or second chapter or whatever, when Itadori Yuji was like, if you had to fight with full power Sukuna, who would win? And Gojo was like, it would be tough, but I'd win. And then it happened. It was a prophecy that fulfilled itself. So, yeah. Satoru Gojo. I will always call him that name because it's the truth. I do agree that I think I agree with Marxist Kobenist sentiment that Chainsaw Man isn't a good series to review weekly, since each chapter is usually just one conversation. That is very true. Sometimes I've been thinking about it, potentially. I probably won't do it for a while. I might not ever do it, but I've been sometimes thinking about turning my reviews into monthly reviews, or like multi-chapter reviews. Just because I think the weekly review grind is kind of taking away my passion for it. I haven't been thinking about Chainsaw Man as much. I haven't been like I've been enjoying a lot of other series, but Chainsaw Man has kind of felt like a job lately, as much as I love it. I think maybe someday I might change my formula to do it a little less frequently, but more in depth and with more care and love. Or maybe I just need a break. I don't know. What I really want right now is I want to make more variety in my content, because one thing I often get called a lot is a Chainsaw Man YouTuber, which is technically true, because most of my videos are about Chainsaw Man. But I really do want to spread my horizons a little bit more and read and talk about other things. I have a lot of really good ideas right now that I really want to get into. I have like I've been thinking about what kind of style I want to do too. Because I want to make stuff that makes me happy, you know? Not that the Chainsaw Man chapter reviews don't make me happy, but, you know, I've been doing them for a while, and I kind of want variety in what I do. I have not read or watched Vinland Saga outside of the first episode. I was thinking about potentially branching out into other series for reviewing as well. It would just, the Chainsaw Man reviews take a lot of my time to read, write, record, and edit, because I do it all in one day, and it usually takes a decent amount of hours to do it. And if I had to do it in multiple days a week, it would probably kill me. But maybe if I did like less edited and just more discussion-based reviews, I could do that as well. But yeah, that's enough of the JJK discussion, I feel like. I want to talk a little bit about One Piece and my newly discovered love for it, because even though I know people said One Piece starts out pretty slow, and I'm only 2 volumes in, which is nothing. I'm barely even scratching the surface of One Piece. I think I've read 17 chapters, but I'm really liking it. I didn't expect myself. I'm not interested in pirate stories, but the characters are so much fun, and I'm kind of realizing lately that the classics are considered classics for a reason. Just like how I'm reading Kimi ni Toroke, the shojo manga I'm obsessed with right now. That's considered a classic. It's been going on since 2007. And when I was reading it, I was like, wow, this is like really fucking good. I thought older manga is supposed to be more cliche and not as good. Or like, even though, I mean, 2007 is still new in the grand scope of anime. But I get it, you know, the classics are a classic for a reason. One Piece is the most successful manga series, and actually right now, it is the most successful series in literature. One Piece has surpassed Harry Potter in sales. One Piece is the biggest fictional piece of work in existence. There is no higher. That is a true fact, and there's a reason for it. And I'm now figuring that out. And just like when I tweeted out after my first One Piece reading stream, I said, I now see why everyone likes this stretchy young gentleman. I do, I get it, you know? He's a very likable main character. He's very aloof and kind of dumb, but it's just such a fun, like a fun power and a fun thing to witness. And I hear a lot of people like Buggy the Clown. I saw Manga Crash tweet that Buggy's his favorite character out of the big 3, or out of One Piece. So I'm excited to see how he gets good. Very much looking forward to that. I'm not gonna do it tomorrow. I wanted to do a One Piece stream yesterday, but I didn't end up having time. So maybe Wednesday. I think Wednesday would actually be kind of good. I have so much time on Wednesday. Wednesday we're gonna do another One Piece stream. I have to increase the amount of One Piece streams I do so I can get through more of it. There's no way I'm catching up before the year ends, because Universed, thankfully, took the guesswork out of it for me and did the math on how many chapters I'd have to read each day to get there, which I cannot do. Even though I read, like, 100 chapters of From Me to You in 2 days, which is nuts, but, yeah. Keeping track of my favorite character, that I do think that's going to be tough, because I know that there are so many characters and so much world building. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be like some characters that are introduced that I'm like, wow, this character's really cool. I like this character a lot. And then they're never introduced again because there's probably just so many characters at this point. Yeah. I'm glad you guys kept encouraging me to read One Piece, because I see what you guys mean now. I see why you guys like it so much. It's very much become... I have to keep myself from reading ahead when I'm not streaming. Yeah, I do. I like Zoro a lot, but when I first read the first chapter of One Piece like a year or 2 ago, I liked Shanks a lot, even though I only read 1 chapter, and I still like Shanks a lot. I watched the first episode of the live action because I didn't want to get ahead of where I am in the manga. And Shanks is cool in that as well. I think Shanks is more likable in the anime or in the manga. But the live action, I was taken aback with how good it is. I think the casting for Kobe was perfect as well. Kobe. But yeah, my friend Sean, or Toddler Punter, who's been on stream with me before, he kind of turned me on to live action One Piece. So once I keep going with One Piece, I'm excited to keep watching the live action as well. You should read ahead, then discuss it on stream. I don't know, because I read a lot of manga at a time. I get, like, hyper fixated on manga. I think it's actually nice that I take my time with it and read it on stream with you guys. I like doing the voices, too. So I'm going to keep doing that, because also I promised I'd react to it on stream for you guys. Yeah, his tag is Toddler Punter. He's a dear friend of mine. Actually, I see him all the time, so he's been in chat every now and then. I'll probably stream with him again too for some games and stuff. That said, this might be a shorter stream today because I feel like I've talked Chainsaw Man and all this other stuff into the ground at this point. I've done 2 podcasts this week. If you want to watch them, check out the Public Safety Special Broadcast YouTube account. I'll actually link it to you guys right now. If you want to see the podcast that I'm on, we talk about Chainsaw Man all the time. So it's going to be weekly. I'm not going to be on every week. The main host is Secret Doves. But me and Crash will be on whenever we can, because I know we both have some pretty busy schedules. I'm gonna put this in the comments for you here though, so you can see this Public Safety Special Broadcast. Jason, I am in a Baldur's Gate 3 campaign as we speak. I'm in it with some good friends. Usually when I dip out of streams earlier, it's to play Baldur's Gate. Today, that is not the case. I just don't have too much more to talk about. But, and because of that, I will be calling it here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're looking forward to tomorrow's chapter review as much as I am. I'm happy to get back into the Chainsaw Man chapter review grind. So hopefully it won't be too late after my dentist appointment. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you so much for the super chats and the memberships as well. And I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video, in the next live stream as well. The next live stream's on Wednesday. Remember, Wednesday for some One Piece. Catch you later.